And let me ask you this one, Kurt Warner. If I had told you back in the summer when this deal with Micah Parsons was going down, right? If I had told you that Jerry Jones could trade Micah Parsons for Kenny Clark, Quinnen Williams, and a first-round draft choice, would you have made that trade? Because that's what's happening right now. Because he was able to flip his one 2 years from now because he's got one from Green Bay in his back pocket, and he got Quinnen Williams and Kenny Clark, and obviously he flipped another two to the Jets for Quinnen. But this is the end result right now here, as we know it, going into Week 10 of this season. They are 3-5-1, partially because Micah's not there to rush the passer. So what do you think now that we're here?
I mean, I think, if a couple years from now, if we see what that number one pick does and who that is, you obviously got two really good players, in Clark and Williams. I mean, obviously they're good football players without a doubt. So you've upgraded the interior, your defensive line, but you've also lost, a guy that most of us feel is a generational type player. And so, again, I think it's always hard for me to go, okay, it's a good move to let somebody go that is such a difference maker like Micah is. I remember when I was in Arizona and, played with Anquan Bolden. And there was always talk about, him leaving. And obviously the year after I retired, they sent him on his way to another place. And, it was always the talk about, well, he's not the most talented guy, doesn't run the fastest, all of these things. And all I thought every time I heard it was like, you guys don't get it. I mean, this guy is a great football player. He brings things to the table that I don't care if you get somebody faster or that fits your mold more, they will not be Anquan Bolden. They won't bring to the table what he does. But too many people miss that. Now, I'm not sure they miss that necessarily with Micah because you see it. But my point being is that these guys that are great football players change the complexion of everything for your football team. How you play, what you believe. When the game's on the line, you've got a guy that you can go to in those situations and will make that play, will be that difference maker for you. And so those guys I don't think can ever be overvalued. But I think a lot of teams do. They think they're overvalued because whatever, we can get two guys, we can get a first-round pick. But what they do is special and different. And I just, to me, I don't know if you ever win. And again, we can see what that first-round pick is they get in a couple years. But, Clark and Williams are good players. They're not Micah Parsons. And so, to me, you don't win unless you find a way to replace that difference-making piece that Micah Parsons brings to the table, even though they have a lot of other issues. That difference-making piece is what this game is all about. At the end of the day, there's a lot of parity in this league. What separates the great teams from everybody else are having enough of those kind of players that in the moment make the play that are difference-making plays, and that's what it's all about. And so it's hard. I'm hard-pressed to think that the Dallas has won this trade, this trade battle that they've been on by letting Micah Parsons walk out the door.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.